ever put family friendly in any of our tweets ever.
I'm gonna say,
When I launched the
I'm
channel,
Wow.
when I pitched it to other people, family friendly was not on the list of things that I was
Never once have I
trying
been
to
appropriate.
include.
So you heard
You
it
heard
here
it.
first. JT hates families.
If you have a family,
Hates
get out of here.
family.
I'm
Get
not
out of
here.
here.
I was banned.
I'm just kidding. You're welcome to have a family. I will not promise that this is
Oh,
child
thank you.
friendly.
Thank you so much for that.
But I know it. If you have a family, fine. Fine.
Yeah.
We'll allow it.
Yeah. If you're
Once.
stuck with a family now, then
I can't technically
you know.
dissuade you from watching if you have a family. I am not responsible if young members of your family see content you don't want them to see on here.
Okay, don't make it. I mean, as a parent, do not get me started on that topic because, like, watch what your kids are watching. Oh my God!
Pay
Stop
attention.
blaming platforms. Anyway,
Pay
I'm
a
done.
little bit of attention.
I'm done with
Just have your
that.
kids watch Bluey. That's fine.
Yeah.
We all
Absolutely.
Literally,
Bluey will fuck you up, man.
it will make them better kids. It'll make you a better parent. That
Maybe a
will
better
die on
person.
that hill.
Wow. It
Maybe
sounds
it's
like
100%.
Bluey is net positives all around.
Honestly,
It
there are
kind
people.
of is, yeah.
There are people out there that think it's like evil now, and I'm like, stop, just stop looking for
They say
reasons to hate
something
things.
about it being okay to be gay.
Yes.
They always
Makes
do.
sense. That checks
Or
out.
like a single parent,
Or other things that are just
Mhm.
things.
or how like I don't know, he's a good dad. I don't know.
People are literally complaining that watching Blue with their kids makes them feel like bad parents, and it's like,
You can
Maybe.
fix that.
You guys just like reflect for like a minute. For a
Everyone-
minute.
Do not
Self-reflect for a minute,
Don't
please.
put me on the soapbox right now, please.
Everyone watching right now, I want you to tell your parents that they need to watch Bluey to figure out how they fucked up.
Yeah, if they feel if
It's true.
you watch Bluey and you feel guilty, think about that for like any amount of time.
It's 7 minutes long. You can play with your kid for 7 minutes. I mean, come on.
It's true.
Anyway,
and it's not.
anyway.
And if your kids aren't watching Bluey, then they could be watching shows about TTRPGs and dead god mech suits. What a
'Cause that's what
flawless
we're doing.
transition.
Yeah, that's
honestly, it's basically kind of what I was watching as a child.
That's
I
very fair.
mean,
Yeah.
because we didn't have
Get
Bluey,
in the
obviously.
Because we didn't have Bluey.
We didn't have Bluey, but we had Evangelion, so you know.
That's true.
two sides of the same coin, really.
My dad let me watch Akira at like age 6.
Akira!
That's a problem.
It was my very first anime that I ever saw, too.
What was?
Akira.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
got it.
Uh-oh.
Explaining a little of what's
How
going
old
on
are
here.
you?
Yeah. Now I will be 35.
No,
so,
like how old were you when you saw it?
like 6.
Oh, okay.
Good
That's
heavens.
pretty young.
Yeah. My dad saw a cartoon and was like, "Ah, it's fine. You can rent that from Blockbuster."
Oh my god, don't get me started on animation is for children. Oh, that shit pisses me
No.
off.
Don't get me started on the fact that that's basically how I was allowed to watch things I really shouldn't as a child, is going into a Blockbuster and going, this has cartoons on it, and my parents
Yep.
not knowing what that meant, just like, okay.
To my dad's credit, he watched it with us and was like, "This is really good."
I mean, it is.
Like,
You put your dad on Akira, so you know how bad could it have been?
My first anime is skewed because I was in Korea when I was little, so it's just cartoons.
That's
you
true.
know.
It's not. It's,
That is true.
But my first
I
anime
know.
is probably Vampire Hunter D.
Death Note for me.
Because you're a baby.
That's not true. I'm as old as everyone here.
I feel like it.
uh-huh.
I feel like
Plus
it has to
10.
be Dragon
Whatever
Ball.
number you're.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragon Ball.
For me, I think it
Yeah,
has to be
that
Dragon
makes
Ball.
sense.
I don't remember.
For
but I
most
think
people, it
has
was
to be.
Dragon Ball.
I think
Yeah.
it was like Outlaw Star, Tenchi Muyo, and then Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Yu
Outlaw Star was up
Hakusho,
there. I
Inuyasha.
remember as a young man who was watching anime, getting very into anime, Tenchi Muyo pissed me off so much
Why?
Yeah.
because it had this cool. I didn't understand what like a slice of life or like a harem anime was. So
yeah.
like
Thank
it had this cool intro about like peace battles and like pirates and laser swords and dudes in like giant spiky armor. And I was like, this show's gonna
And
be
then it
sick.
was girls
And then
fighting
it's-
over a dumbass.
It's just about a guy living on a farm with a bunch of girls who want to kiss him.
Honestly, I hated it too.
You know?
I've never even heard of this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
my
JT,
God.
don't do it to
What?
yourself.
Because
It
you're a
doesn't hold up.
baby.
No,
I'm not
please.
a baby.
You
Don't
are a
get me
baby.
started,
I
don't get
just
me
wanna
started on
be-
Tenchi. I absolutely adore this fucking bumpkin of a protagonist who legitimately lives, like you said, he farms, works on a shrine with his grandpa, who we find out is an ancient alien emperor
Yep.
of some kind.
Yep.
Whatever. Anyway, but he's just like, I just want to go to school, do normal things. Leave me alone, leave me alone, sexy space pirate woman. I don't care about you. Leave me alone, princess of alien empire who is infatuated. I don't care. Leave me alone, dumb like cop. Which just leave me alone, dumb cop. But like, you know,
By the way, if you're interested in people who are farming but were formerly, endowed to violence, stay tuned.
It's a very roundabout plug for
I've taken
my character in Star Shard.
Oh, I
on
was
that
like,
note-
do I know what's
I
going
was very confused.
Yeah, no, I don't think any announcements have been made, but I am playing a robot soldier turned farmer in that,
Nice.
and it'll be a lot of fun.
What
but
could go
I mean,
wrong?
it's gonna be so.
What could
I'm
go
plugging
wrong?
it at the front because I'm so
Hell yeah.
excited.
Well, speaking of plugs, talk about the stuff.
This is a channel and I have to do the work. Hello.
Yeah.
This is Entropy Emporium. I am Entropy. This is my Emporium. I am not, however, the leader of this show. That would be Will. I will turn it over to Will in just a moment. 1 second while I grab a couple links. We are, as always, raising money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund using our little Tiltify link, which is about to be posted now. If you would like to give, please feel free to do so. There's a lot of bad shit going on, especially over there. None of us are free until we're all free. I know shit is bad, so this is our way of helping however we can. On a much lighter and less important note, if you like what we do, and you would like to hang out with a bunch of feral nerds who are nothing but excited for the shows that go on here and the work that we are doing, come hang out on our Discord. It's a good Discord. It is authentication backed, so we are less likely to get spam bots and such this way. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of shouting about who is or is not kissing who during this holy time of Lent. That it's a whole thing for a completely different show, for the record. But we will see how it turns out. She lost last year. She will probably lose this year. However, I will turn it over to Will to handle the rest of the doobly-doos for the show. This show, not the other one.
Hello. Hi. It's me. I'm just sorry, I'm looking at the settings look a little concerning this evening, but that's fine. I think we're fine. I think we'll get through it. Hello. Hi. What's up? My name is Will. I run this game, this here God Complex, Girl by Moonlight game, about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and fighting space kaiju. The universe of this game officially has a name. It is called the End Times, and this is God Complex. Like I said, things are happening with that concept, which is why some of that is now more defined than it used to be. There's a Google Doc. This game has a Google Doc now, which is how you know that we're legit. It's been
We're
10
so cool.
episodes, 1 year in, there's a Google Doc now.
Woo.
So, truly in our professional era. That's pretty much the intro for this. Yeah, I'm Will. I run this game. I'm on the internet, places, mostly Blue Sky these days. And yeah, that's it, really. That's really it. A fun fact about me is that I found out today that I have severe sleep apnea, probably thanks to an oversized uvula, which is a fun thing. But I have been raw dogging life on a 15% REM sleep cycle for maybe my entire life, which is pretty sick. That's a pretty sick thing that I learned today. So
Wow.
I'm so worried about you now knowing this. I didn't know about this before, so I didn't have to worry about it. But now that you gave me that cursed knowledge,
I'm gonna
I
be
didn't know
so
about it
stressed
before
out.
either.
So when you get on that CPAP game,
Yeah, that's as soon as
Yeah.
my
Get ready to have
doctor
your
gets
life
back to me, I
changed.
guess. As soon as my doctor gets
they
back to me,
hella
yes.
expensive.
Are you gonna
Yeah,
start like
Yeah, insurance though.
live
Yeah.
streaming your sleep?
Maybe on OnlyFans.
That was the,
I mean,
about to say.
Oh.
Man.
Look
We
how
brought it
deep
back
your
Actually,
around,
no.
guys.
You can't do that on there. You can't do that on there. They
You
don't
can't
allow it.
sleep on
No
OnlyFans.
sleeping.
Have a little
Yeah.
nap. No little
That's
No,
nap.
not
wild.
allowed. So you have to find you have to do it on the other one.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
Cool. We'll talk afterwards about where I can live stream my sleep cycles so that people don't have to
In
In case
stress.
sleep, and
anybody
then,
wants
like-
to know what I do for a living.
It's a live stream of Will sleeping, and then Frodo just comes up and is just staring at you.
Yeah.
Just a
Does
time
happen.
lapse.
Yeah.
It does
That'd be
happen.
so funny.
Anyway, that's me. That's my fun fact. We'll kick it over to Cass.
Yeah, okay. Hi. I'm Cass, better known as Yoda, Yoda Almighty. I am playing Troyan. I'm getting over the flu. You will see me coughing. You will hear me clearing my throat. I'm fine. I'm doing so good. I don't have a fun fact right now. No,
It's a fun
I
fact.
don't have a fun. No, I do. I am going to demolish the rest of my shed this week. It's going to happen.
Ooh.
I'm going to take shingles off the roof this weekend. It's going to happen.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I might demolish something this weekend too, just for fun.
For
Y'all are
funsies.
killing me.
As a
You
treat.
know this, right? I'm holding back so much.
God damn it, Will.
Is he?
Hello, I'm Izzy. I am Z_mist on most places on the internet, and Tolu here in this game. We playing the unlikely hero. Pronouns she, they. Tolu's are she, her. Fun fact: my cat is sleeping. That's just a regular fact. I'm
I
sorry.
think it's a very fun fact. That's possibly the funnest fact that's been shared so far.
Probably
Oh my
so
God,
cute.
Thank you. She is pretty.
Yeah. I'm just imagining it. It's very cute.
I'll have to take a picture now.
Please.
Do it.
Please.
Cat tax,
Gee.
cat tax.
Put it on the Discord.
I was gonna say you gotta join the Discord if you want to see Izzy's cat sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to join. That's how it works.
JT.
Hi, I'm JT. I'm at WeebGeet all over the internet. My pronouns are they, them. I'll be playing Cogs, whose pronouns are anything. Take your pick. They are a time traveler. They are a timeline ruiner. This is not a fun fact, but Tater is right there. He's cleaning his little paws and his little head.
So
Blessings.
cute.
I guess it's a pretty fun fact.
It is
Oh, he's laying back down.
everybody underselling their fun facts tonight. Undersell over deliver, I guess. Logan.
howdy ho, my name is Logan, formerly known as Logan the GM. Now I'm just Logan with a silly little A in it. Which I am finding that, do you know there are people who are going back to forms and that old form sit-ups can't read special characters, and it really makes me upset. Anyway, fun fact about me, I was born on a Tuesday. So
That is a fun fact.
it's making me contemplate of changing my username to just Logan was born on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see.
That makes you Pisces, or
No, that's not how that works at all.
Is that a funny joke? That was good.
Yeah.
It's like you get
Thank
like
you.
Solomon Grundy at Born on the Moon. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am a Libra, so if some of you caught that, I'm sorry. I've been told either I am the most chill Libra they've ever met, or I am such a Libra. It makes so much sense. So,
I can see it.
oh, last thing I should say, I'm playing Chief. Both of us share he, him pronouns. Also, I'm gonna go sicko mode on some bitches.
yes, I love this. I'm very excited. And Jen,
Oh, me. Right. I'm last, technically.
you are? Yeah.
Hold on.
Hi. I'm Jen /Youngles /Grace / whatever. Fun fact about me, okay, so I'm the type of person that doesn't know the difference between what's a fun fact and what's like a trauma thing.
I talked about a potentially life-threatening medical condition that I just discovered I have. So you're good, doc.
let me pick. I was a private investigator. So like I was like real life Veronica Mars, who worked as a private investigator under my dad while I was in college.
I want to private investigate.
It's really
is it?
boring. No, it's so
Aw.
boring. It's the most
Try it.
boring thing ever. Because like it's just like workman's comp insurance. People being like, "Can you go
Yeah.
watch this guy and make sure he can't lift things?" And then he's like lifting a 30 rack, and you're like, "Hi, he can lift that." And they're like, "That's not enough evidence to show us that he can lift things." That's how they sound too, 100%. But my favorite gig was somebody hired us to go to like bars and stuff, and like where they played music and had like shows. So I would go because I was like 18, and I would just go look and make sure that they were following fire codes and not letting too many people in. But I used to go to free shows all the time because for work. So that's kind of a fun fact.
That
in
is a fun
Albany.
fact.
That was fun. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done now.
I was muted. Those are all very fun facts that everybody shared. Thank you all so much. With our fun facts out of the way, I think we are going to go ahead and get back to our home here on the Delphi, the last remaining Leviathan warship created by humanity here at the end of time and all things, as it protects the Citadel fleet. Although, before we get into everything, we do see the Delphi, and we see the line of ships, medical ships and pleasure cruise ships, and even smaller and stranger ships, still some shuttles that are just like a single family, some that are much larger, even approaching the size of the Delphi itself, that stretch out behind the warship under its protection. And it's not unusual for ships to sort of flit back and forth between each other. It's very much a living... the Citadel fleet is very much a living sort of society where people travel back and forth, go to different locations. Some people even work on other ships in the fleet than the ones that they live on. They have commutes. But we see a military shuttle sort of working its way up the ranks of the Citadel fleet, and then finally dip away from the ships at large before it comes to enter one of the bays, one of the landing bays of the Delphi itself, and is sort of cradled into the ship by a set of grasping mechanical arms. And from that point on, we are going to enter the hallways, the lit hallways within the Delphi itself, where people in uniform flit back and forth, going about their lives and responsibilities, trying to keep the Citadel fleet alive and flying in this future that has been devastated by Leviathans, and where hope is almost dead. But in one wing of the med bay on the Delphi, we find Tolu Ajaka on one of the healing tables, kind of mid-examination. You are stretched out on this table that they've given you, like, very simple sort of like almost like paper clothes, like medical wear, and the table itself is producing this sort of like soft white light that's just glowing and suffusing you with a little bit of like a scientific boost to your natural healing processes, in addition to monitoring all of your vitals in a way that is easy for the machines to translate off to either side. And you are the first in our obligation phase, so I think, Tolu, I do need to know once again which of your attributes is lowest. The first column.
That is still stars.
Stars. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah. Okay. So there's a person who is standing like offset to one side, kind of like looking at the monitors, looking at the instruments and taking note of what they say. And I think taking note of the fact that you are awake and conscious, this person who has like black, like very dark hair that's sort of shot through with silver, and just a very kind sort of like open face, rounder, like on the rounder side, wearing a med tech uniform, is like looks over at you from the data that is being transferred to the pad in her hands, and gives you like a kind of like a surprised smile. Says, "Oh, how are you feeling?"
And Tolu will sort of, hi, you are not my team.
No.
Just quick observation. So jot that down.
Right. And she like pulls out a pen light and just like shines it in one eye and then shines it in the other eye.
Oh my God. Okay. Ask first. God. Okay. I have things to do.
Yeah. Well, good news. Everything seems to be normal. Seems like you're better.
Better than what? Because I'm sure there are people here who would argue that point.
You're not concussed any longer.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I can go.
I would like just a bit. There's a few routine procedures that we still have to run through before we can discharge you.
See, here's the thing. I sort of think that this is so nice of you. I really appreciate this, what you're doing. Oh my God, so kind. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be with my team, or alternatively, fucking dead. So I'm gonna go, unless you don't have tater tots, right? Canned or otherwise.
I don't. I can see about those maybe once your tests are done, but I'm sorry, you can't leave yet.
This is fun. Are you gonna stop me?
Well, I don't think it needs to reach that point. It's just a few very routine checks that we have to run through before. The thing is,
like what?
Oh, we don't think there's no bruising on your head anywhere, or swelling or anything like that. So we don't think you hit your head.
These all sound like good things. I'm confused.
They are good things, but you still have a concussion, or you had a concussion.
Right. So you're going to do routine tests on this apparently non-routine situation.
It's not unheard of. It's not entirely unusual. We know what happened. Probably the tests will confirm for sure, but we think that it's probably feedback from your engine getting damaged.
Huh. Wait, is Ocean okay?
They're
I need to
working
go.
on.
I should go. I'm gonna go.
But
I'll come back
do
for
you
the test.
hear?
I
But
do.
do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I said?
I do. I did. I do. And I appreciate you. And oh my gosh, wow. You should get some sort of sticker for being so patient. I have to go. I need to leave. And I think she'll like start to get up and walk away.
And I think when you do that, she's gonna hit. So she's gonna kind of give a heavy sigh, and she's going to like hit a series of commands on the pad that she's holding, and the white light that's kind of glowing on this healing table that you're on is gonna turn red, and you're kind of gonna like feel your body like become heavier, like almost like gravity is like holding you down, or like a force is holding you on the table so that you can't get up.
Okay, so Tolu lying there is like, come on, lady, not cool. Is it a lady? I'm sorry,
yes,
I didn't ask your
yes.
pronouns.
Thank you, she, her. But I'm sorry, I didn't want us to wind up here, but you could have, your brain could be bleeding. There could be more complications. We're not sure. When an engine gets very damaged and it has a deep connection with its operator, sometimes this happens.
Oh.
The feedback kicks in.
Sure. Well, then there shouldn't be a problem. I don't have a deep connection with Ocean. I don't know if you've heard. I famously have no connection with Ocean. Ocean will not listen to me. Ocean doesn't know who I am. But I do need to go make sure she's okay. So wrap this up. That'd be great.
I'm not going to argue with you, but you wouldn't be lying here if that was true.
Totally will take that L. Just. All right, do your test. Fine, you win.
Okay. All right, thank you. And then as soon as we're done, you can rejoin the rest of your wing or whoever you need to talk to.
Thanks.
She will resume her testing. Yeah. Do you want to roll 2d6 and take the lower of those two?
Do I want to?
Well,
you must.
You must.
Here we go.
You kinda gotta.
It's a 3 and a 2.
Okay, so 2, which means you're gonna take 4 stress from
Sounds
this.
about right. Sounds about right.
Could be worse. Could be
4
worse.
stress. Where is my stress? It's been a while. Okay.
And your stress should be reset, but Chief's not so much. Perfect. All right. Very cool. Does anybody want to go next? I'll open it up for volunteers. I knew that I wanted to start with Tolu, but
I'll go.
Okay. All right.
I would like to make it known one thing before we go into anything.
Yes.
When Chief returned with A&W, with the big ol' sword on the back, Chief has refused to leave A&W and is interacting exclusively with one of his drones. His repair drones is how he's interacting on the rest of the ship.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So you are also stars, it looks like, Logan.
I believe that would stand to reason.
Yeah.
Yep, because those extra points, even though I'm transcended, do not count.
Yep. All right, cool. So then I think that you have been locked away in A&W for like approaching 24 hours now, it sounds like. Refusing to leave. People have like made efforts. I imagine even your own team members have probably tried to like check on you at the very least, but just interacting through the drone. And then I think have you slept? And if so, I assume that means you slept in A&W.
Chief has... Sleep is not the right word for what it is, because sleep gives you the idea of some rest has occurred. It's more of like he's in a fugue state. So there were moments of rest, but at any moment he would become aware of things almost in a paranoid rush to see what's going on. When he would normally sleep, he is checking on his drones. He is making sure that they are currently repairing everything. Ocean might not be 100%, but it is being taken care of right now. Because that's all Chief cares about, is making sure his team's engines are healthy. Yeah.
If I may, I've been leaving you plates of tots.
I think the plates disappear, but no one sees the hatch open, so no one's really sure how they're going in. If anyone was paying attention, they would notice that one of the drones would, because they're like scarab beetles, would fly down, pick it up, and throw it in either Anubis's or Webwet's mouth, and that like a direct feed goes into my cockpit.
Okay, and yeah, the you're not sleeping exactly, but this kind of like fugue state that you've been existing in,
Mm-hmm.
I think you were sort of pulled out of it by the sound of someone basically like knocking at the pod hatch, the access hatch of A&W that you use to enter the cockpit inside of A&W. And assuming I imagine you have like some kind of camera, or maybe you're just looking through a drone to see
There's
who's standing
cameras.
there?
There's cameras all over him. Like
Yeah.
he can see either from
Perfect.
either the main cameras of the head or just whatever.
Then you would see somebody standing there that you recognize, though you haven't seen them in at least like it's probably been at least like 6 months, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less, hard to say. But there's a woman standing there. She is tall. I'm picturing sort of taller than Chief, if they were like standing side by side. A little bit severe looking, although she is striking. And she is wearing a military uniform. She's wearing the uniform of the Citadel Armada with bars that indicate the status, the title of Vice Admiral. And she is looking very impatient. Her arms are crossed over her chest and her foot is tapping.
Chief recognizes her. Does not respond to the knocking. Partially out of stubbornness, partially out of the fugue state that he's in. But instead of response from A&W, one of his drones buzzes down to like face level with her. And you can, in his voice, rings out from the drone, and he says, "What can I do for you, Vice Admiral?"
You really throwing a temper tantrum right now?
Is that question an order?
Oh, Roswell,
Roswell.
it's not an order.
You haven't called me Roswell in a while.
I haven't been here in a while. The least you could do is say hi.
Hi.
Face to face.
This is all you're getting right now. I'm busy.
Heard a little bit about what happened.
Where'd you hear that?
During my debrief.
Oh, you're paying attention to that now. You're caring about our pilots, our operators.
It's not like I don't miss it. It's not like I don't care.
It's not like you rose up in the ranks and left all of us out. You left me to go chase some glory-filled bullshit mission. while these kids keep dying and you keep on. Well, you didn't get fat, but you did get lazy.
So I guess not that much has changed.
With that,
We're still having this conversation.
the cockpit does violently open, and he is gripping the controls of A&W. His eyes are bloodshot. He looks like he is death warmed over. He has not really taken care of himself. He has sustained himself on tots. It's not healthy.
Those tots are packed with nutrients. I
Yeah,
want you to know.
blasphemy.
They aren't potatoes. That's what I'm going to say. They're something else. Not people, but maybe something else.
I'm about to say, don't question where it comes.
Yeah.
Anyway, he looks at her, eyes bloodshot, just like a madman, and he says, "You don't know what's happening out here. None of you know what's happening out here. I almost lost another one. I found something that shouldn't exist. And I'm supposed to just be fine with it."
It's a war, Roswell, and you're not the only one seeing things you don't want to see.
This
You
isn't
want to talk
war.
about
This isn't war. War has sides. We're being eaten by monsters, by wild wolves that want to destroy us one at a time, turn us into something else. And with that, he turns to Troyan's mech. He just goes, "Something is making us into monsters. No one seems to know why."
You're not the only one who's seen things that you didn't want to see, or who's been dealing with things that you never thought you should have to deal with. Dr. Choi and I just got back today.
Well,
6 months out in the fleet.
And what good did that 6 months do you? What good? How much closer are we to securing humanity? This isn't anger. This isn't me being upset with you. This is me just wanting some kind of hope to hold on to, some kind of proof that we're doing something right here, some kind of knowledge that I'm not just throwing kids out to their death and somehow coming back alive.
So why don't you take a step out of that corpse, and we'll sit down and we'll talk.
Either you're talking to me here or you'll talk to me later. I gotta finish maintenance.
You have teams for that?
Do I? How many before they burn out? How many before they die in an attack by some rogue Leviathan that decided that we looked like a good snack? I'm old. We're old. I'm okay if I peter out at this point. Let them have a little bit of life. Let them enjoy whatever we got.
The pox is getting worse. It's spreading.
How fast?
Dr. Choi was able to slow it. We don't have a cure yet. But We did save a lot of lives being there. Even doing that much. The Romana was a nightmare. That many people packed that tightly into what was supposed to be a cruise ship. It's just a breeding ground for bacteria and viral infections, and they're calling it the Pax Romana, or the Pox Romana. It's clever.
Yeah, that's real fun, real clever, real smart. So you're in the shit too.
It wasn't a press tour.
I wasn't trying to say it was. I was just trying to say that you were good out here. You were one of the best operators out there.
I think we both know that that is exactly what you were trying to say, but I will let it go because you are clearly not doing well.
I missed you.
You could have talked to me. You could have said that.
How? You left. I didn't go anywhere. Do you think my communications get up to the top? Good luck. Good luck. I can hardly get extra tots. How the hell am I going to get you a message?
I wasn't in Tartarus. I was in the fleet. You could have sent a message. I would have seen it. Maybe I would have replied.
Yeah, well, maybe doesn't mean anything.
Why did you do this again?
What do you mean?
When Swanson asked if you wanted to take command, could have said no.
I don't know. Maybe I just wanted a chance to feel like I could be there for someone. That I could achieve what we couldn't do. Protect some kids and get them to a brighter future. Is that not good enough? Is that not a good enough answer for you?
No. I love that about you. You are the only one, the only person that still talks about the future.
Don't start with that. You're not allowed to say that.
That's fair. Look, if you want to scream at the Admiral, he's waiting. But if you want to stay here, up to you.
I'm just so tired. Just so tired. And I think with that, Chief's gonna pass the fuck out.
Hell yeah. All right. Perfect. Yeah, your vision goes blurry. I think you hear some sounds of the Vice Admiral talking, but it just sounds like, people underwater to you. You don't really make out any of the words. And then you drift off into darkness. You also please roll 2d6 and take the lower of the two.
That seems right. That was a 1.
Yeah, so 5 stress.
To give the rest of the party, or everyone, a heads up, and anyone who's just listening and wants to know how Girl by Moonlight works, when you're eclipsed, such as Chief, stress works in reverse, which might sound good, but it's not, because when that hits 0, I'm dead.
Yeah. So.
What are you at now? Oh, we're fine.
4.
We're fine.
Yep. 4 more stress until Chief is done.
Yep.
Which is fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
He's napping now, so.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's sleeping. That'll fix everything. Incredible. Who would like to go next? Who would like to do their obligations next?
Cogs can go.
Okay, cool. Cogs. I imagine you kind of scurried off into the vents.
Yes, that is where they are most comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. So you, Cogs, are kind of like, well, let me ask you, what is your lowest attribute?
Sun.
Ooh. Very cool. All right. Cogs, you are doing your normal kind of like moving through the vents things, trying to get your head on straight, and also to just kind of get a little time to yourself, get away from everything that's happening, when you find yourself taking like a normal turn. Like, you've pretty much mapped out the vents here in the Delphi. You've pretty much like got this place down pat, and you take a very normal turn that you would have expected to have taken, and you find yourself looking out through like a broken grate into a room beyond that is not normally there.
There is a moment of confusion followed immediately by deep internal debate before Cogs pushes their way through the grate to have a gander.
Okay, cool. And you look out and you recognize, it looks like the Delphi. It looks like a Delphi, but like this room is not normally here. It's large and it's kind of sweeping. It has some type of equipment in the center of it that takes up the vast majority of it. You can see like pipes and wires that all sort of feed into this central unit that runs down this kind of shaft and comes to a point. And there's another conduit at the bottom with that same sort of point that is facing upwards, almost like a needle, one pointed down and one pointed up, like something should be between them, but there's nothing there. It's empty. And everything seems to be in some state of decay. Everything seems to be rusted and broken and like it's seen better days.
Are there any loose bits of material around?
What do you mean,
big-
like
anything big enough to bridge the gap between these two things?
yeah, there's like pieces of metal, there's like a bit of wire here and there, stuff like that. Like everything's been damaged. There's debris strewn around. You can grab something if you need to.
Yeah, I think Cogs will. What's the best way to find out what something does? Figure out it, turn it on. Cogs will grab a bit of debris and just carefully and slowly insert it into the gap.
Yeah, okay. You slide it into the gap. Nothing really happens. It just kind of like falls. Like you can try to wedge it in between the two needles, but nothing really seems to come of that. Nothing happens. And I think like out of the corner of your eye, you see the familiar face of actually on the other side of that like gap, where the two needles meet, you see like the familiar face of the girl who has identified herself to you as Hex before appear.
Very startled, like jump and shunt back into whatever, wall. Jesus Christ, you scared the shit out of me. What are you doing here? What is this?
You should have listened to me.
You keep saying that.
We didn't want it to have to come to this.
What do you mean, we?
She walks around the two conduits, the one pointed up and the one pointed down, and you can see that she is wearing this sort of like flight suit that clearly is similar to the ones that the operators wear on the Delphi. Not all of them choose to wear the uniform, but it is like provided for everybody. But it is clearly one of those. But there is like the symbol on the chest is different from the one that the Delphi uses. The Delphi has like a kind of a starburst pattern on it, and this is like a gear, or a cog. And so she's wearing this black uniform. She walks around. You can see though that she has like what also looks to be a like standard issue Citadel Armada like sidearm in her hand. And from like other corners of the room, you see more people emerging, like stepping forward, wearing those same flight suits with the gear icon, holding weapons.
You have friends.
We all have common purpose, role to play.
And your role is killing me?
I'm sorry. I know you don't remember what you did. But it doesn't change anything.
I don't understand what you expect from me now that you didn't get the last time we spoke. Or what your extra hands are here for.
Last time we spoke, I told you to stop. I begged you to stop. And you did it again.
I had to.
That's what you don't understand. You aren't going to win. You aren't going to find the right one. You're breaking everything, looking for something that doesn't exist.
If I didn't jump, she would have died.
She doesn't matter.
How could you say that about anyone?
Because it's... because it's true.
I don't know what you think we are supposed to have. But these four, they matter to me.
And that is exactly the problem. You don't know. You've done this so many times. You've forgotten where you came from. You don't even remember your name.
I had to make room somehow.
You might care for those people, but where we come from, they don't matter, and they're already dead. You are fighting a battle that doesn't matter.
That's not true.
Real war isn't happening where we pulled you from. It's happening everywhere. All of the time. You are fixated for some reason on this one insignificant point, obsessed with it.
The answer's here. It has to be.
Can't let you go back there.
You don't have a choice. If you kill me, I'll just reset.
Maybe. Then I guess we'll have to figure something else out. She raises the sidearm, points it at you, and pulls the trigger. Cogs.
Will,
Need you to roll 2d6 mine and take the lower of the two.
3 is the lower of the two.
Okay, cool. So you are taking 3 stress.
Yeah.
And yeah, you kind of like wake up with a start, or maybe reset. You're not really clear, but I think you probably come to well, it's up to you, but I imagine in Carmente, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. So for you, I think it kind of feels like suddenly waking up from like a weird dream in a cold sweat, but it feels like you can still sort of feel the lingering sensation of what feels like a bullet. And you're in the hangar.
They don't say anything. They rest their hands on Carmente's controls and just whisper to her, "We are running out of time, my love."
Right. Incredible. Got 2 left. Between Jen and Cass, who wants to go first?
You're muted, Jen.
It's fine. I'm scared now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll go, or unless you want to go. But I'll
No,
go.
it's fine. I'll go. It's up to you.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool. Give me 1 second.
But I'm terrified.
Why? What are you worried about?
Oh, nothing. You're just decimating people. It's fine. No big deal.
It's the obligation phase.
Nothing's happening.
It's the obligation phase. Things are supposed to happen.
It's the be mean to your players phase.
Yeah. Well, kind of. You all get stressed during this phase, so I have to
Will,
make it
last
stressful.
episode, you had my dead wife try to kill me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What, Will? Why do you want our loved ones to kill us?
Don't call Hex a loved one.
Yeah.
Maybe Hex was a loved one you don't know.
I don't know that woman.
You don't know.
Yeah. I mean, she knows you.
Joke's on
Yeah,
you.
allegedly.
I don't have any loved ones.
We'll see what we can do about that. Amazing. All right. So, Grace, you've been back from your mission, and I imagine, like, as is, you haven't been isolated again or anything like that. So you've been pretty free to wander around. I kind of imagine that you've maybe been checking in on Tolu a fair amount. It sounds like probably.
There is like, so I imagine there's like a pie plate and
Okay.
just probably a couple pie plates of tots in various shapes, like, like a heart that has like a note in the middle that says like get well soon, things like that. Sometimes Grace just hangs outside the medical doors just waiting.
And I think on like one of those occasions where you are bringing those the plate of food to Tolu, the medical bay door opens almost as you are ready to walk into it. And you almost bump into the person on the other side and maybe start to apologize. Not really sure if that's Grace's style, but I think a second later, you realize that it is a familiar figure standing there. You look up from the ground where you were trying to study the plates, and you see like shoes and slacks and a lab coat. Before your eyes pass over like a name tag badge hanging off of one pocket that reads Dr. Wan Ho Choi.
Oh, fuck.
And ends up on the like somewhat weathered but still very sort of stony face of your father.
Hey, Dad.
Grace.
Back from your work trip? I see.
Just got back today, in fact.
Oh, okay. And Grace will step back. And normally Grace is like, do you know who my father is? But obviously, he's right here. So her whole demeanor shifts from like just kind of casually like rearranging the tots into shapes to like, kind of like being a little, and all of a sudden she's just like stiff, like just like all the emotion is gone, like very like, yes sir, like kind of almost mimicking his stone facedness as much as possible.
He does look very tired. I will say that, and some of that is probably just the amount of like traveling that he has been doing, but he looks very exhausted. And oh, interesting. I sort of think maybe we should do moon for you. I know it's between moon and sun. Those are equal. Well, it's up to you, actually. Do you want to do moon or do you want to do sun? Moon involves heartbreak or driving you to despair. Sun involves scary people or circumstances.
Ooh, that is a tough one. I'll go moon.
Okay, cool.
I'm in my moon era, I guess.
Incredible. How have things been?
Well, the same, given the Delphi, but I saved a fellow team member, so I did that. Nobody died, and that's a good thing. Although I'm really worried about Chief, but that's different. What about, nothing compared to, I'm sure, what you've been handling.
Why don't you walk with me?
Okay. And Grace just starts keeping step with him.
I heard you had a couple incidents.
So they say, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just wake up and I don't remember stuff. So there was a time I woke up and didn't remember stuff, and then. Oh, are you talking about the dead guy?
A lot happened while I was gone, it sounds like, but I was referring to your periods of insomnia and subsequent isolation.
The grounding, yes. But I learned you're not interested in the tots. So I reflected and I thought about the things that I could do better, and maybe next time I won't get grounded. Literally.
It's for your own good,
That's what they say.
You've been spending quite a bit of time in Tangoon, out in the field.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm here for.
How's that been? Anything to report? Anything you'd like to tell me about?
And Grace ponders on that word, because Grace doesn't want to tell him anything. But she kind of straightens up and is like, well, sir, we almost lost one, and then something happened and I was able to save her. So thing is is that something has never happened before. Because when taken over is probably a bad term for it, but when I feel taken over, normally it's like one way, and this time it was a different way. But nothing bad happened. So
What way might that be?
it just didn't feel like... Sometimes when I feel like things are going bad, I hear this voice, and the voice kind of takes over. But I'm still here, right? And this isn't ego death or anything. So don't, this isn't, I swear, this isn't like merging consciousnesses or whatever it is that it is. But, and she like is almost like gasping for air because like she's like thinking and her anxiety is building and she like doesn't want to admit that she's lost control in a good way. And kind of starts twirling her hair, pauses, takes a deep breath. This time it felt more like me, but also more like not me. Like something bigger, more powerful than me, but in a supportive way. That probably doesn't make any sense, but...
Kind of mid-conversation, mid-sentence, your father very suddenly throws his arms around you, pulls you into this like very tight hug, and you can feel him shaking with sobs. You can hear him crying and feel kind of his chest heaving where it's pressed against you. He just kind of babbles. He's just kind of babbling into the top of your head. It just repeating over and over again. Like I can't lose you. Please, not again. Don't go. I can't. Please. Not again.
And Grace is like stiffens up, like in her brain she's like, this has never happened before. I don't think they've ever seen the man shed a tear, let alone cry. And she does one of those like very careful pat on the back things and is like, I mean, they sent you on a work trip. You can just not go next time, I guess. What's wrong?
And he is just continuing, almost like he doesn't even hear you.
Okay.
He is just continuing to kind of like sob and hold on to you just like so tightly. And yeah, just continuing to sort of like shake with the sobs as he is just repeating over and over again, continuing to babble and grieve and cry and like it's not even hearing what you're saying. And he says, please, just come back to me, please. Aurora.
And Grace kind of stops the patting, Dad?
And then you hear Grace, and then again Grace, and then the third time your name, but it kind of echoes, and suddenly you're back in the hall. He's not touching you. He's standing there. He still has that stony, distant expression on his face, but he's looking kind of confused, one eyebrow raised.
And Grace, like, looks around, looks at him, looks down, makes sure no one's touching her, and kind of like relaxes, but like a very forced relax. Like, oh, this is, yeah. Father, person. Were you standing there the whole time? Were you just... I mean... We weren't just... Your face looks a little dry.
I think we might need to resume your treatments, Grace, if this is happening again.
That again?
Did you want to say something?
I mean, I know that, you know, sometimes. What did I say anything weird? Did you say anything weird? What did you see exactly?
Say anything except to check on you.
Because that's what you would normally do. Normally you would be doing that and not... So,
You
yeah.
were staring at me as if you'd seen a ghost.
Did you hear the part where I said I saw a ghost? Did you hear that part? Okay.
I was informed about the echo.
You're informed. Dr. Haynes?
Yes.
Okay.
He was handling your care while I was gone, which we both know is a fragile thing. One that I am, frankly, more concerned about now after seeing this episode firsthand.
Okay. Just have a question. Who's Aurora?
Is that someone you met while I was away?
Someone I heard about? What about Faith?
It has been a long journey back to the Delphi. I'm very tired and I don't think you're feeling well.
I feel fine.
I think it would be best if we revisit this conversation at another time.
Yeah, I got tots to deliver, so probably a good idea.
But if you have the time, maybe once we've done a round of treatment, we could all have dinner together. I know that Seraphina missed you while we were traveling as well.
I'm sure she did. I think she likes me less than you do.
It's a horrible thing to say, Grace. About both of us. We both
Really?
love you. We both want what's best for you.
Which is treatments, because I'm
Sick.
right. Got it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go. This is clearly you're tired and I'm sick, so I'm just gonna go back to medical and maybe I'll go find Dr. Haynes and tell him about the episode I just apparently had. So
There's no need for that, Grace. Now that I'm back, I'll resume being in charge of your care.
oh, goody for me.
You don't have to tell Dr. Haynes anything else. You can tell me.
Okay.
He's a busy man. We shouldn't bother him.
So are you gonna tell him I don't have to tell him anything, or should I go tell him I don't have to tell anything?
Don't even worry about Dr. Haynes.
He's
You
kinda
should check on your friend.
Yes, I'm gonna go do that. You go check on your wife. I will see you later. And Grace turns around so her back is facing to him, and they are so trying to hold back tears because for a split second she thought maybe she had finally gotten through to him.
Yeah. D6.
I got a 3.
3 stress. Could be worse.
Could be way worse.
Could be way worse.
You will?
Mhm.
The fuck?
I feel like I'm getting attacked a lot tonight.
You're attacking a lot today.
Things are tenuous at this table right now.
Didn't Cogs get shot tonight?
That happened
Like
10
about
minutes
15 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Even Cogs got shot tonight.
oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Allegedly.
God, I can't
Will's
wait to
gonna-
live that down.
Will's gonna catch some strays from me, so it's okay.
You're welcome.
I saved
You're
you
welcome.
for last.
You're welcome. All right, cool. Very cool. All right. I think, yeah, obviously we have to do Troyan.
Mhm. Mhm. It's always Moon. It's always Moon.
Moon.
I don't
Always
have
Moon.
anything in Moon.
So yeah, that's perfect. I guess I will ask you, because I get the impression that you want to talk to I get the impression that you want to talk to Reed.
Yeah, I would have been hovering. I would have been hovering back and forth between the bay to check on Ati and keep an eye on A&W and Chief, and then going and forcing my way into medical to keep an eye on Reed.
Cool.
So, it would have been an hour there, an hour in the bay, back and forth, and just
Okay, cool.
because I
so then,
can't
yeah,
put my goo in 2 places anymore. It's frowned upon.
there is that. There is that. It is frowned upon, I would say. Perfect. So yeah, I think as you are kind of moving between those 2 locations, you would actually catch a glimpse of Reed, a very he's now had a chance to clean up, and he's showered and everything. So he is no longer kind of like slimy and greasy and covered in like dust and dirt and stuff, the way that he was when you pulled him out of the Butcher Angel.
Yeah.
But now you can kind of see the way that he looks a little bit like diminished. He just looks unhealthy. He looks like he
me?
hasn't. Yeah. He
A little
looks
rangy.
like a little
Yeah.
rangy. His eyes are like deeper in their sockets. He's paler.
Yeah.
His veins like stand out a little bit more. Tater.
The ultimate tot has appeared.
It's true. The one
King of
true
tot.
tot.
Our boy.
Oh,
Praise be to Tater.
he's
Yeah.
being real cute right now. Sorry, it's
So-
distracting.
Question: has his hair started to change into like the inky black color like mine? Have his eyes started changing? What's his?
I actually think his hair was dark to begin with,
Yeah.
and now you can kind of see it's turning white. Like there are strands of white, or not even
Oh.
strands, like locks that are turning white.
Full Jason Todd. Got it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
And yeah, I think you see him being like politely, like we'll say escorted, but he's basically like walking between two ensigns who you can see like bring him to one of the open bunks and like open the door and for him to go inside. You make eye contact with each other, I think.
Oh, I just follow him in.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't think they don't try to stop you or anything like that, but I think they will both give you kind of like an uncomfortable look, but one of them will ask Reed, Commander Wyatt, do you need anything? And he will kind of like shake his head. And they'll give a little salute and then they will leave. The two of you alone.
You have to have questions.
I feel like I should thank you first.
You weren't thanking me several hours ago.
Was barely conscious.
And begging
7
me to
hours
kill
ago.
you.
Didn't know this was an option.
The fuck happened out there, Reed? We found Carnanos. You weren't inside it. How'd you end up in that thing?
Failed. I didn't want them to get the engine. I thought that at the very least it might end up back with you.
Eventually
keep-
it did.
Fighting. Yeah. I saw it. Kind of like bumping into an ex.
Yeah, especially when you found out that Toby King's the one they put in it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a good influence.
Hmm.
Yeah. After that, I don't know. I don't know how long I was just floating in Tartarus. I thought that I was just going to freeze to death, or it was cold. It was unspeakably cold.
I know.
Yeah, I guess you would.
Mm-hmm.
Ship picked me up.
Hmm.
And he's kind of like studying your face to see if you have a reaction to that before he goes on.
I did, but I think Troyan tries to lock that shit down.
Yeah.
The ship. Okay.
Is that what happened to you?
No.
Well, then they've figured it out.
Shit.
The Purged picked me up.
Fuck. Should have eaten all of them. Right. So what they start pumping you full of?
I mean, nothing at first. They were working on this weapon. They said that they were building something, and they needed volunteers.
They don't do that. They just pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shoved me in that thing. Or shoved that thing into me, I'm not really sure.
Little mutual. Won't work with everyone, but seems to work best with operators. Because we've got a little spark inside us. Carnanos is diminished, so you got a little more than a bit.
And then I wasn't really me anymore. Not completely. Completely.
My file. Did you read it? The full thing?
Yeah, it wasn't redacted.
Redacted. Yeah. What do you know about Operator Troy? Marina Troy.
Yeah, I know.
Was she there?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw her.
And what exactly was she doing there?
She told me that they were looking for volunteers.
Figured as much. Fuck. Oh boy. So we have a double problem here. My not so dead wife is in the abyss, is in Tartarus, making more of me. And Odin is here, trying to do the same damn thing. Mason's dead.
He's a good man.
He was.
She was like, I don't know, almost like a queen or something. To them.
Interesting.
Where they came from?
Yeah, I do.
It's not like they told us. They
What's
told us.
different?
They said that they always told us that a prison ship got pulled into the abyss, got pulled into Tartarus.
Mm-hmm.
Then they changed them, it mutated them, it turned them into an offshoot. Time passes differently there. They had this whole culture worshipping the Leviathans, following like pilot fish. They say it's different. They said that the fleet sacrificed them,
They did.
sent them into the abyss as an offering.
Yep. I know.
Man, all those people.
They're not people anymore.
Regardless, they were. I mean, they were criminals, I guess, but
I know. They didn't deserve what they got. Part of why I came back. I want to know who thought it was a grand fucking idea to do it. I spent time on that ship in the early days when I was figuring out this thing with me and Ati, and I shouldn't have.
they talked about you.
Yeah.
I think you're a traitor.
Am I not? Here, ain't I? So, Reed, you want to save humanity? Or you want to wallow in self-pity and doubt and all that fun shit?
What can I do? I don't even have an
Well,
engine.
yes, you do. Fun fact. You're also bonded to Ati now. Thank you for that. She was eating me alive. So now she'll eat us alive a little slower.
Sorry. What the fuck?
All right. Fun little breakdown here. Ego death, not exactly permanent, but does result in a little bit of spark ending up inside you. And every time you drift, which I'm sure you did quite a bit, you were very, very connected to Kernanos. A little bit just gets left behind inside you. And then if you experience ego death or get real damn close to it, well, let's just say enough spark is left in you that should something like Ati come along, it feeds on the spark left inside us, bonds with us like an engine in the process. And she was killing me. But you notice the lack of veins pulsing on my face.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're in
it's
this together.
because
That's because of you. I've been keeping her fed as much as I can, but
so how's that supposed to work? We take turns, or
well, provided Odin hasn't loaded my cockpit up with more bombs to kill me at will, we both can fit in there and pilot together. What do you say? Partners?
I might need to think about it. I mean, going back out there, being attached, consumed by something like that again.
Here's another thing. Artie is now the only thing keeping you alive at the same time.
I got that.
Yeah. So you have a choice. I can leave you behind, and honestly, Odin will probably lock you up faster than I can blink. Because now he's got leverage. Or we're in this together.
Fine. I don't really have much of a choice.
Nor did I. She's not so bad. She's not so bad.
I'll take your word for it. I just want to ask you one question.
Sure.
What happens when you run into her?
Marina.
Yeah. Because she is going to come for you.
She
For
already
all of
did.
us.
I had a choice, Reed. I made the wrong one already. I tried to save her. She tried to kill us. And Cogs jumped the timeline. And I remember it. And I don't think I'm supposed to remember it. And instead of saving her, I saved you. Saving you was not the wrong choice, just to be clear. Trying to save her was, because she tried to kill me as soon as I did.
Right. And next time? Are you going to try to save her?
Nah. No, I'm not. But I am going to arm the one person I think who can take the final shot. Best I can.
Then I guess we're partners.
Partners.
Troy, and I need you to roll 2d6 and take the lower.
Which of my dice are going to betray me tonight? Oh, well, I rolled 2 2s.
All right. Cool. Perfect. So four stress. And with that, the obligation phase wrapping up, we'll take a break.
Yeah.
Come back in about 10 minutes. Don't go away. See you real soon.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Much easier that way.
Why
And
aren't we
we're back.
going live on Totvine?
You know,
I think
you
we
know
Tot
the
just
top
Vine.
line.
did. I think we
Well,
did go
because-
live on you saying
I wasn't looking up
Totvine.
when I said that.
Fair.
It's just such a mundane and well-known plant that
I
you know to
mean-
go live on it would be weird, right? The tater tot vine.
That's its Latin name.
It makes sense because Grace has been canning them. So
my
Mhm, mhm.
my headcanon is
God
that
damn it.
my headcanon is that like probably Dr. Choi invented these like incredibly like nutrient rich, high calorie like food pellets basically that happen to resemble tater tots, and Grace started calling them tater tots, and now everybody calls them tater tots.
I like
Was it
that theory.
Grace that started calling them tater tots, or was it Aurora, or
Ooh.
Faith, or
I don't know who those
Yeah,
people
Will.
are. I
Yeah,
don't know who
Will.
those people are. So
There just seems to be a lot of them. That's
you guys
all.
are just making up names.
How
it
many
sounds like.
daughters does this guy have?
I know.
Who is Seraphina, and why do I instantly want to cut a bitch?
Might just
I
be
am
her mom.
BB skeptical, right? We just call her by her first name. Dad and Seraphina.
Seraphina's an interesting name choice.
Sure
yeah,
is.
thanks.
Um,
All right, cool. So, Tolu, before we move away and finish everything up, Tolu, you are in the med bay finishing up these tests, and the med tech who has been there kind of this whole time is kind of just bustling around you, looking at the instruments. The light has switched back, and suddenly, sorry, things are happening. Maybe.
Suddenly?
Sorry, I have lost.
Oh no.
Oh, I think it froze. The music program that I use froze. So I'm just waiting for that to fire back up. Sorry about that.
Slay on hands. Is that a giant lanyard? I want to make one.
It's a dog toy.
Cool.
Oh, you're playing with your dog right now. Okay. I just thought you were trying to summon a demon from hell, and that was the leash.
Yeah, no, that would be Mako right now.
Maybe that fixed it. Let's see. What is happening? I've never gotten this warning before, or whatever this is.
Warning.
Well, it's an exception. Like it's just popping up and it's saying there's a like an unknown exception that's happening, and so it's not a warning, but it's just a weird pop up. But okay, well, we can continue on. It's not going to be as much fun without the ominous music, but
You love ominous
fine.
music.
do another shot in a little bit. I'll just let this do its thing in the background, and we'll see what happens. Okay, cool. So suddenly, Tolu, you hear a voice from behind the medtech, a little bit out of your eyesight, that says, "I'm not interrupting." And from around the corner, kind of like behind the medtech, steps out Odin.
Oh.
It is kind of like plain, unmarked, unranked uniform. And he gives you a little smile and surveys like your bed situation and the instruments and so how are you feeling? Full recovery?
I'm feeling suspicious. You and I don't talk. What are you doing here? Surely you're here for one of the others.
I simply thought it was about time that we do talk.
Convenient timing.
Why is that?
Because I'm a captive audience. I can't, pocket sand you and run away.
I suppose that's true. He holds out his hand for the med tech, and she kind of hesitates, but she does hand over the data pad that she is holding. And he takes it, and she kind of gives you a little look. And she doesn't leave the room, but she moves to a different part of it. She moves away from the two of you. Sorry, I'm being demanded for
I know.
for cuddles.
My baby.
He's here. He wants to be held.
He's so big.
He's so
He's
big.
so big. He is so big. But yeah, Odin has the data pad in his hand, and he's looking down at it and looking at the instruments and says, "Well, I hardly think you're a captive audience, but I suppose it is true that with all of these instruments reading your vitals, hypothetically, it'd be easy to tell if you were lying."
Who said anything about lying?
What? But it's an interesting position.
No one. You just did. That's a lie. Aha.
Very clever operator.
I get that a lot. So, what do you want to know? And why can't I help you with it?
I just thought we were long overdue to talk about your future.
My future. You know what people are saying about me, right? You must. Everything.
I know what they were saying. After the successful mission where you intervened, stopped the Leviathan.
Yeah, and what? They're now saying it's a fluke or what?
Well, you are here in a hospital bed.
I'm well aware. Thank you.
But I think you misunderstand. Don't do this. But I think you misunderstand my purpose in being here.
I'm not going to tattle on my friends if that's what you think.
Do you have something
Not that I have anything to tattle about.
He looks at the instruments and says, "I don't want to accuse you of anything, operator, but based on these readings, I suspect you might not be telling me the truth."
Okay, so what are you going to do about it?
Well, there are things that I could do. We both know.
So I've heard. Listen, we also both know you want me here to die. I am bait at best. So whatever you have to say, get it over with so I can go check on my friends and my giant robot thingy that doesn't listen to me.
Why do this? It's an honest question. There's no trick or trap. Genuinely, by your own admission, you're probably going to die doing this.
Yeah, well, people are going to die either way, so may as well try and get in there and muck up the works, right?
I don't think that's an honest answer.
Well, are there machines beeping?
I don't need the machines to know that you're lying. But I do want to understand you. I want to know why you continue to do this. What drives you to do this in the first place? You know that you're not going to succeed and it's going to cost you everything.
Oh, Your bedside manner is awful. I'm injured or something. What do I get out of this?
Perhaps a modicum of my respect.
Ooh, a modicum of respect from you. Wow. You can read the sarcasm, right? Do the machines work for that too?
There's a reason why operators are not soldiers. It happens occasionally. There's crossover. But for the most part, majority of engine operators come from other walks of life, mechanics, civilians. Sometimes a family lineage. There's a reason for that, because you aren't meant to be soldiers. You're meant to be heroes. You're meant to be prepared to sacrifice yourselves for the greater good. To die if it means mankind gets to exist another day. Be something for children to admire and aspire to give people hope, I suppose. In that way, operator, contrary to your beliefs about my opinions of you, you're perfect.
Perfect.
Because what could be more inspiring? What could give the people more hope than the success of someone with zero chance of success?
Again, my guy. You're like really fucking honest sometimes. You know what? Cool. I appreciate it. I just need to know what to say to get out of here. You want to know why I do this? Someone has to, right? And okay, that person obviously isn't me, but there are people out there that can do this. And who looks out for them, right? I mean, all of my friends are constantly in distress because of all the things that are going on, and you're not helping. You're out here with your mysterious wanderings and your musings and whatnot. And so I have to sit here and watch all of them suffer and do nothing about it. You're asking me why I do this. It's for them, okay? It's for them. And if you tell them that, I will literally push you over a cliff and punch you in the face. And I don't care if there aren't cliffs in space.
Well, according to all of your charts and instruments, you're in perfect health. I expect you'll want to return to duty now.
Yes, please. Get up and walk away.
Cool. Yeah, you kind of feel his weird eye like burning into your back as you walk away, but
I think as she's walking away, she says, "I feel your weird eye burning into my back."
Yeah, I think he'll laugh a little bit. I think they'll give a little chuckle, but it's not fun, like it's more unsettling than anything else. But yeah, he doesn't say anything. Perfect. Okay, cool. And so you are from there. It sounds like we can move probably into downtime. Everybody is round and available in various ways. Obviously, the chief is not the most accessible at the moment, but y'all can seek him out if you so choose. And yeah. Is that everyone's plan, I guess I will ask. Does anybody want to go first in downtime? As a reminder, everybody has 2 downtime actions, except for Tolu, who has 3.
My one goal is to bully Tolu today. That is my one goal.
All right. I mean, we can do that. We can make that happen.
Literally at the doors, just waiting for Tolu to get out of them.
Everybody
Yeah.
is here to talk to Tolu. I get
I'm
it.
so popular.
So very popular.
I have
Perfect.
to
Okay, cool.
apologize.
Fantastic. All right, cool. So then, yeah, I think probably, I mean, I know, let's do this first. Let's do Grace first, since you were literally kind of like waiting out for Tolu.
Okay.
So do you want to make action? Is that going to be?
Yes, always, every time.
Okay, cool. All right. Then, oh hell yeah, I fixed it. Music's back.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So then, yeah, you get to. Well, eventually, you're gonna pick an action, and you're gonna roll that action.
I'm gonna confess.
But right now,
No. I
Okay.
already know what I'm gonna
Action pick.
do. Action picked. I have
Then
0 in it,
Tolu?
but
then Tolu, you walk right out of the med bay, and you almost run right into Grace.
literally.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I was hoping to see you here. These people are crazy. Is this what you do all the time? Because this is the worst. They just like don't even let you leave, and there are people coming to talk to you and interview you, and they have weird questions. And I'm like, I just want some thoughts and see my friends. And they're like, no. Sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Are you okay? First time. So I brought you some tots, and Grace holds up the plate of tots in a heart shape. I have to think about how to phrase that. And with a little note that says like get well soon. These might be cold now.
That's totally okay. I think the crunch is better when they're cold. Some
I
people
agree.
find them cold and mealy, but I don't think so.
No, I think it gives you a little bit more texture, you
right,
know?
I think so. Like the
yeah.
density. Yeah.
So much better.
Mhm.
Anyway, I brought you these because I'm sure you're missing them. I've been
Yeah.
delivering some to Chief. I have a lot to fill you in on, but first, I just want to say that I'm sorry, and please don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. Have they
Oh, no.
told you about your mech yet? Oh, first of all, are you okay?
Oh, right. Yeah, that. No, I'm totally fine. I don't even know why they kept me here. It was a ridiculous thing. Also, I hear you saved my life, so let's talk about that because oh my God, thank you.
Okay, but it was so cool because like my mech turned into a big tiger, and I
I'm
didn't know.
so sad I missed it.
Oh.
Did anyone get pictures? I bet. I have to ask Chief. Where's Chief? Let's go talk to Chief after you tell me what's going.
Yeah, about that. He hasn't left his mech in like since you've been in med.
Ew.
Wow. I don't know what's going on. I don't think he's showered, but he's been eating
That's not
because the
okay.
tots that I've been delivering are not there the next day.
Oh, good for you. Okay, see, this is why I knew if I had to lead someone in charge because I was gonna be gone for a little bit, it would be you. Thank goodness. So Chief has tots. You have
Yes.
tots. We're
Yes.
both here.
Yes.
Oh my God, you can turn into a giant tiger. Well, you.
Yeah. My dad's here, but that's fine. So like how attached to your mech were you?
I mean, honestly, like not very. I don't know if you know this, but she did not listen to me. That said, I do want to make sure she's okay.
She's okay. She's okay given that I had to I've never made a backpack out of a mech before, but I'm so sorry. I had to. It was the only way, and we might have to put her back together
Oh,
if we can do that. But
No.
I've been trying to do that while you were in wherever they were keeping you, and I don't know how to do that, and Chief cannot
Right,
do that right
Chief.
now. So I
Okay.
just
this is fine. We'll
Okay.
watch a space YouTube video. We'll put it back together.
Yeah, we put that stuff in that mech before.
We did. We figured it out.
We did. You're muted.
Yeah, that's technically a work in progress. There's a clock for that, if I'm not mistaken.
We can
I think so.
pretend that we.
It's in progress. It's in
It
It
progress.
is in
We're-
progress. It is in
We're
progress.
in the middle of. There's steps. So yeah, we can go see Ocean because it's probably where Chief is anyway. Because Chief hasn't left the hangar
Right.
in like a week.
We should maybe bring him like a bucket and a sponge. Do you think, is that like inappropriate?
I'm not sure if you can sponge bath your Chief.
Yeah, that probably is inappropriate.
What if
Maybe
we get
we'll
Cogs
just-
to do it?
That's appropriate. That'll work. Okay, good. We have a plan.
Seniority.
Seniority.
Yeah. So, let's go. And I think as they're walking, Grace will fill Tolu in on the whole my dad was crying at me, but not really crying at me thing. And now it's kind of weird. And oh, also Aurora is a person.
Oh, he's still with that bitch Serafina.
She wants to have dinner.
Gross. Ew. Yikes.
Do you want to come?
Yes. Oh my God. Wait. And we can like subtly make fun of her. She won't even know.
She won't even know.
Can we real quickly, just like so fast, can we really, really quickly jump back to the Aurora is a person thing? Because I have
Yeah.
questions.
Question away, because I also have questions and he would not answer them.
Can we spy on him?
Yes. In fact, I am not allowed to talk to Dr. Haynes anymore, sadly. And I now have to talk to him. Although he never said that you couldn't talk to Dr. Haynes. Because, I mean, he keeps just talking about treatments, but I feel like I need answers, not treatments. It's like a band-aid.
Absolutely. We should get answers. You should not get treatments. Those sound V-sketch.
They're not fun.
I will talk to Dr. Haynes after we get Cogs to wash Chief.
Yes.
Great. Consensually.
We're just providing the space, you know?
Yeah,
It's
no,
safe
absolutely.
here.
Absolutely you are. Alright, cool. You connect with each other. You're rolling confess, Grace. Do you also want to spend one of your downtime actions on this, Tolu? To have
Yes,
links
please.
with Grace? Okay, cool. What do you want to roll?
This feels like a. I'm going to say forgive.
Oh, yes. Love that.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Go for it.
And so I have one dot, so I roll one dice, right?
Yes.
And what if I have no dots?
2d6, lower of the two.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 1.
Okay, that's okay. You still get 2 links
Okay.
with Tolu.
Okay.
I got a 5.
And you got a 5. You get 3 links with Grace
Sweet.
to spend during the mission phase. Hell yeah. And then Izzy, I don't know how you're doing on time, but if you're
I'm so looking forward to being bullied. I cannot wait, but I do need to run.
Yeah,
Can we bully
all good.
next time?
yes.
Yes. Oh, great. So looking forward to being bullied. I have words for people. I'm going to spy on some folks. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm excited.
Let's do it. It's gonna be so good.
Love you all. So much fun. Have a good night.
I
Bye, Izzy. All right, cool. Who else wants to do a downtime action that is not bullying Tolu?
I would like to make some preparations.
Oh, okay, cool. I love that. Let's do it. Yep.
So that is that's in place of the investigation roll, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, you describe how you're readying the bastion, roll an appropriate action, repairing the engines or doing maintenance on the engines could absolutely count.
Yeah, I'm doing that, but like, so in my paranoid state that I happen to be in, I'm not. We'll see if this does good or not, but basically, I'm trying to ascertain what the higher ups are doing. I don't want to ready the Bastion from an attack from the Leviathans. I want to ready the Bastion from attack from those in charge.
Absolutely.
So, and this is kind of leaning into my crusade idea, where I am just fully into this, fully like running wild. And the last we saw Chief, he had passed out. So allow me this, at your discretion, say yes or no. I want this whole preparation thing. I'm gonna roll like the same thing, but it's my drones that are doing full spying on the whole fucking Bastion. Like, you see all these, like, I'm not hiding them. I'm not a spy. However, why are all the scarabs just crawling across the ship right now?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay. And I'm doing this, I'm arguing, because that's how you win it at TTRPGs, you argue.
That's true.
I want to use the perceive action to do this. Is that something I can do?
Yeah, I mean, it's an obvious choice, and
Yes.
I know you're still transcended, so it makes sense that it makes sense. So you would have 3d6 for that.
Yeah, I do. Okay, let me roll some dice. So in my slumber, my passed out self, I send these guys to be little minions for me. And I hate dice. You know what happens when you roll 3D dice and your name is Logan?
No,
get
no.
3
You
ones.
roll 3 2s.
Oof.
Logan,
I
buddy.
it happens.
Shame.
Wow. It does. And
Shame.
you were trying to get to the questions,
Shame.
so you still get to ask 1 or 2 questions, your choice. I advanced the readiness track by 2 segments, and that is a full tier 1. So any more preparations will push us over into tier 2.
Perfect. So if anyone else wants to maybe get us so we have a little bit more options for missions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get 2 questions, you said?
Yeah, 1 or 2, your choice. It's non-specific.
I'm going to ask the 2 here. And I ask that you, voice of God, answer them truthfully. What is most dangerous here?
Okay.
You can take this as the most, like, I think surface level, like, oh, obviously the big old laser cannon over here is the most dangerous thing. Or you can tell me, like, oh, this fucker over here, you know, your choice.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. What is most dangerous here? I mean, I think, like, as you spread your scarabs out and as they are investigating for you and looking around the Delphi to see for threats, to see what they can find, there are places within the Delphi that you are not able to access, even with the scarabs. Like, you don't know if they fall inert when they try to, or if it's just impenetrable, or what exactly happens. It's different in different cases, but there are a few spots. And I think in each case, you notice a similar factor in all of these cases, which is the this emblem. Like there's a door that the in like one of the sub levels of the Delphi that the drones try to get into, and you just lose the signal when they try to crawl under the door. And so, like, the last image you have is just this, like, fixed image. The door is marked with just an icon of an eye.
Mm-hmm.
And everywhere else on the ship, I mean, you can see the threats. You can, like, spy on people. You get a sense of morale, etc., etc. But, like, the big thing here that you find through your scarabs, the big question mark that is looming over you, just keeps coming back to the same thing, that eye emblem, and you know that means Odin.
Mm-hmm.
And the and Iris, which is that division that he created, the Internal Review and Investigation subdivision. So Iris is like his thing, his department, and he exists outside of traditional military command, and all of the questions kind of lead back to him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My next question for you is, who here is afraid?
Ooh. That's very fun. It's very fun. Yeah, you have the drones going around the ship, and one of them makes its way, obviously, towards the Admiral's office, the Admiral's cabin, Swanson's cabin, and it like crawls under the door or manages to get into the room, waits for someone to open the door, and manages to get in. No problem. It doesn't fall inert or anything the way that it did with the other stuff. But you catch like a tail end of a conversation and just sort of listening through your instruments. I think you recognize the voice. Yeah, you absolutely recognize the voice of the Vice Admiral, Tila Maru, someone that you are very familiar with, if you know what I mean. And
Airing out some dirty laundry, I see.
Ooh.
you catch the tail end of the conversation where she is. You walk in and there's just a moment of silence. You don't walk in, but the scarab walks in and there's a moment of silence, and you hear her say, "Admiral, you okay?" And there's a pause that follows. Is he finally, you're not sure if you've like lost the connection for a second, but then finally he speaks again and he says, "Honestly, no." Impossibly, this world, what's left of it, that's been shrinking and shrinking for the last 80 years, starting to get bigger again.
Mm.
There are new threats and enemies. Some of them we have let beyond our gates. And now, with the pox, it was only a matter of time before something like that hit the fleet. We don't have the resources, we don't have the manpower. We're running out of time. Tila. People are losing hope. I think even the operators are losing hope. And unless something changes, this is all going to be over very soon. So that is who is scared.
Okay, awesome. I think as he hears this, possibly subconsciously, because again, knocked out,
Mhm.
I want to emphasize that I didn't just develop a full spy network. These are repair drones. So like their evidence of being there is, if they're not seen, they've like maybe clawed a little bit too deep into the metal.
Mhm.
And like cause scratches that everyone can kind of obviously see. So I just want to like, maybe I'm feeding into the Admiral's paranoia here or fear right now, but like an operator is right now damaging, be it superficial,
Mhm.
and spying on the fleet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And in other parts of the ship, in other parts of the Delphi, people do just like step on these things, or like, you know, somebody like shrieks because they are visible. They're seeing them. People are going to be talking about this. I think a similar thing kind of happens as he finishes his sentence. You lose the connection to this particular scarab, and you don't know exactly what happened, but you know that it has been destroyed.
And I don't care.
Yeah. Cool. So we have advanced the readiness track. You have asked some questions, done some investigating. And I think probably to err on the side of finishing on time and everybody getting the chance to enjoy the rest of their night. It's 10:58 by my count. Should probably go ahead and call it here for this session. Pick up with the rest of our downtime actions next time, featuring Troyan bullying Tolu. Don't miss out. Fight of the century. Everybody be here for that 2 Thursdays from now. Hell yeah. All right. What a session. Like sometimes we play this game and I'm like, what if it was all obligation phase? You know, that's everybody's favorite part.
Listen, that part is very fun in terms of like causing drama. But man.
Yeah. It's fun. I have fun with it. I enjoy it.
I have thoughts, William.
Okay, I'm sure I'll hear all about them. But that's that's gonna do it for us here tonight. So we'll go around. I'll start us off, and then everybody can tell you who they are and what they got going on, and all that good stuff. And we'll finish with JT so that they can tell you about Entropy Emporium, where we play this game. Hi, hello, my name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening. I do a bunch of things other places. I have a bunch of new stuff in the works, and also I'm going to be a couple of places. I've like trying to get back into like doing things around the internet in the space, and I've filled out a couple applications and things, which is not very common for me. Please clap. Thank you so much. And I've started to hear back from some of them, so that's very exciting. There's going to be some stuff to be announced soon-ish, I'm sure. And otherwise, yeah, most of the stuff that I do is over at Live from the Apocalypse, the not-for-profit TTRPG studio that I co-founded like 5 years ago at this point, something like that. Been doing this for a long time. There's going to be another Magical Girl by Moonlight game over there that's going to be starting up in April, I believe. Our timeline is a little fluid. We're waiting on some art, which is very exciting. But it's going to be Cyberpunk Magical Girls, and that's really all that I can say about it. At this moment, the cast is also magnifique. The other stuff, yeah, there's ongoing games and things like that are happening over there as well. I think that's like the only new thing that I have to talk about. But there might be some new stuff on Entropy Emporium as well, and it might be connected to this game. So keep an ear out for that. But that's it for me. Cass?
Oh yeah, it's me. Hi guys, I'm Cass, better known as Yoder Almighty. Where am I gonna be? So almost certainly not happening next week, we said, right? The Star Trek game. Is that happening next week?
I'll talk to Brendan, but yeah, probably not.
Okay. All right. No worries. Anyway, you can see me this Saturday for the part 2 of the 3-part finale of Path of the Fates, the Star Wars game over on Tales from the Table Studios. Everything's fine. We're fighting a god. I have themes in my games, apparently. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, it's totally good. There's a god inhabiting the body of my dead boyfriend. Themes, guys, themes. And then, not next week, but maybe soon here in April, I will be over on LFTA for a Star Trek game, Star Trek Gallant. I will be the chief security officer of the USS Gallant. It's going to be great. And then I believe Redacted is back with me next week. We are doing one-on-ones for a minute, catching back up before we go into the end game for Redacted on LFTA, and that's on alternating Thursdays with this game. And then Path of the Fates will be back on the 12th, I believe, and keep an eye out because there are things in the works. There's a Fab Alt game in the works that I'm really excited about. Anyway, so yeah, moving on. Who's next? Is this gone? Fab Alt. Yes.
Fab Alt.
Fabulous.
It'd be Logan next.
It'd be.
Not how that works. I know why it's me next. I'm just saying, like, wait a second. There are 2 boxes before me. Hi everyone. My name is Logan. Catch me on the internet as Logan with the funny A symbol. That's called a turn A. If anyone wanted to know what that was called. You can also catch me probably on the easier to find handle of Hollow Orange. Either with an underscore or without, depending on what platform you're on, but I'm mostly on Blue Sky. You can catch me here every other Thursday. I realize the next time that you'll catch me here, y'all gotta be jealous of me because I'm gonna go see the live action Sailor Moon show. So take that, everyone.
I'm so jealous.
You should be.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go see that. I'm gonna love it to death. I'm gonna wear my Sailor Moon clothes and I'm gonna be just jamming out with all these people. Anyway.
Yeah, but is it on ice?
I don't fucking care. It doesn't need to be on ice. Like, don't take this from me.
No,
Will.
I'm just trying to make myself feel better. It's fun. It's gonna be
Listen,
sick.
we're about uplifting ourselves here,
No,
and
that's
that
true.
doesn't
You're
mean we
right,
bring
you're right.
anyone else down.
Damn.
I will bring you all down that you aren't seeing Sailor Moon with me, but that's a problem that y'all should have figured out on your own. Sorry, I am on a tangent. What I should say is you can catch me here every other Thursday. You can also catch me on another Girl Bomb Moonlight show called Blue Moonlight. We just released an episode today. There is a banger of a cold opening that I want you all to go listen to because there's music in it that our one and only like Savior Harp has like made beautiful music for, and I need you all to listen to more of Harp's music. She's amazing. Outside of that, shoot, what do I have else going on? You know what? Actually, I've kind of slowed down some of these. There are things that I have going on, but they're like works in progress. And once I know more, I will let you all know. But until then, you can catch me here because you're all beautiful. And I'm talking to the cast. I'm not talking to those people who are watching. I don't care about them. I care about the other people.
It is a very beautiful cast. It is true. Jen?
Hi, I'm Jen. /Youngles / a problem all the time. And I play Grace, and I have things coming up, but some stuff is in limbo. But I have been teasing a lot of my process for creating my next VTM character that is now Wendy on my Blue Sky, which is just Youngles, and then whatever the Blue Sky stuff is after that. But if you're watching Midnight Rush over at Bad House RPG, you will see little glimpses of Wendy as her story kind of continues through what's happening over there. So we just recorded something pretty awesome, and then we all cried. So yeah. And then I have something else that I already recorded that is I don't have a release date for yet. So Blue Sky, because everything else sucks right now. Sometimes TikTok though, but I just yell to the void there.
And JT? Bring us home.
Wrong. You have to go.
I went first.
I am remembering that now. I forgot. Hi, I'm JT. I'm at WeebG everywhere. I'm also at Entropy Emporium everywhere because this is technically my channel. You can find tomorrow. I'll start today on Thursdays, every other Thursday. This show, you know it, you love it. We're in the double digits now, baby. So it's about to get serious, I would assume. Not that it hasn't already been.
No, it's actually gonna get super silly from this point on.
It's
Silly,
just gonna
goofy.
get the silliest.
Yeah.
Then tomorrow and every other Friday, you can find the Weird Wild Sword, our 5e homebrew actual play, which is run by me. It is a very lovely cast. They are about to have some consequences happen to them. which is going to be very fun and silly. And then every other Tuesday is They Call Us Villains, our Horror Masks actual play run by JD from over at LFTA. And I think that is all the active shows that we have on Entropy Emporium, but we do have a show coming up that I am so excited for because it has so much production value being put into it by the aforementioned Harper. She is wonderful and amazing. And we are also excited about our first shonen-themed actual play, Star Shard. Stay tuned for some actual promotional material soon because it is in the works. So that is going to be fun and cool and good. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to throw the right over to our friends, I guess, at Live from the Apocalypse. I was going to say sister channel,
What
but that
the
felt
fuck?
weird to say.
The pause before Friends, though,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a
I
choice.
was like,
trying
what
to
the
think
fuck?
of a better substitute word, and that's
Everyone who's going to be thrown over there, you better throw shade.
Yeah.
I'm
no
about to.
shade.
Not,
Throw
not an
some
entropy.
shade.
Entropy's great. Just JT specifically.
Just
Yeah.
really let me have it in their chat. Disrupt.
Everybody, make sure you
everything.
make sure you spam the raid message ... friend ? Of the channel JT. All right. Are we good?
Goodness
Is that
me.
it? We throwing it over to.
That's everything I have.
All right, cool. We'll say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, everybody.
Good night.